Hi, I'm Troye Sivan. I'm playing Spud, and you're watching the making of Spud the movie.
Spud it's a story of acceptance, and particularly this movie. It's about a boy who arrives right here in this very dormitory at the time where South Africa is in its own adolescence, as it were. And he arrives to a very confrontational environment with boys who are bigger, stronger, and more mature than he is.
It's like a Spud.
He's not accepted. He never feels part of the group. And he strives for that.
Spud couldn't wank if he had a pair of tweezers and a magnifying
And
glass.
of course, it's all about balls. It's about him being undeveloped, but at the same time, it's about choices. And it's about seizing the moment.
The role of Oliver Twist
Conquering your own fear.
will be performed by John Milton.
Now look, old cock, if you don't roger half the chorus line by the end of the month, it will be seriously remiss of you.
I can't.
Why not?
I'm just a Spud, sir.
If you've got a great character in an interesting situation, you're going to want to find out what happens next.
What stuff, you guys? You know, in the beginning, Spud is so worried all the time about what people think. And then, you know, by the end of it, he's done his thing, he's found himself, and it's not so important anymore what other people think. And that's when he only truly gets accepted.
Milton, that forward defensive was as porous as a whore's drawers.
You know, I never really believed John Cleese was coming, despite the fact that he was signed and he was attached. I just never thought he was going to arrive. It just didn't seem quite real.
One of the things when I picked up the book that I thought was fantastic, and John van der Eyck just did this by accident, but the Gov is British in the book. So automatically we had this opportunity to make an authentic South African film with an international star.
Good God. I think that when I get to play a role like this now, provided that I like the original script, I think every time you run the lines without really making a decision, you edge slightly towards what you instinctively feel is the right way to perform. I will be teaching you malodorous meerkats how to be men.
John's a lot of fun.
You will learn about women and sex.
I would say that the most daunting part was, you know, the first meeting, but then it's like his way to make you feel so comfortable that you just kind of forget that it's John Cleese and it just becomes John.
The Troy story is amazing because, I mean, we're here in the middle of the shoot and we just think he's just the perfect boy that we found for this part. And if we'd made the film 6 months later or 2 years earlier, you know, he would have been either too old or too young. And we looked all over the world.
Here's a boy who's only 14 years old. He's got perfect pitch when he sings. He is absolutely honest and true in everything that he does. He doesn't allow fake or false moment. I watch him in a take. It could be a 3-minute take, and I can just watch his face, and he's perfect in every moment. I can cut to it at any point.
Well, the great thing about Troy is he really listens. And if you are acting a scene with someone who really listens and you listen to them, you don't have to really act, because what's being said causes certain emotions in you, and you just respond normally, and sort of extra acting isn't required.
He's able to interpret the text and find the right emotion for each of the scenes, and it's a joy watching him, and I really just try and stay out of his way, actually, and just let him be who he is, and the movie's going to be fantastic for that.
I was king of kings.
I think we have two great stars here, and there's something wonderful about John Cleese being an elderly Gov and this young boy of 14, and their scenes together. It's quite a potent mix, I think.
Donovan's awesome. He's got such a good balance between telling you what he wants and letting you do what feels natural. And we've always said from day one that, you know, if it doesn't feel natural, it doesn't look natural.
Donovan's terrific because, first of all, he's very energized and very positive. And that's very important for a film director because it's an exhausting and incredibly demanding role. He's also written it, so he's very clear about what he wants in each scene, but not rigid.
I strive to be honest and to make each moment work dramatically in the way that I know it needs to work for the story to be good and for you to enjoy the story. And I try and keep it as simple as that. And Lawrence and everybody is completely on the same page as me. And we actually share the vision with the cast particularly because they're the ones who finally present it.
Now you listen to me, tiny rodent. What you have there is some of the finest literature of the Victorian era.
Any man who had turned the book into that kind of script, a script that was strong enough to lure in John Cleese, we were convinced that he was the right man to direct it.
How do you feel about doing the new Spud?
Good. John Quinterate told me one day, he's like, I'm going to pass on the curse to you. I'm so happy to pass on the curse to you. For the rest of your life, you're going to be called Spud.
Don Marsh says to me there's something charmed about the whole Spud thing, and I tend to agree with him. There's something about this that needs to be done.
Time check! Up and out of bed, stocks, comb, locks, down, shoot that fits like a knife.
It really is a movie that one needs to watch and enjoy. It will take everyone back. I can imagine adults enjoying this because it will just bring the memories flooding.
I think audiences can expect to have a really great time. It's a funny film.
Don't get this slug knocked up the wrong way.
Go under 14E, go!
I think audiences will laugh and they will think because there's this wonderful character that John Cleese plays who teaches Spud about the world and about literature and really helps him go on his journey.
When you leave this class, you will be the kind of man that men envy and the kind of man that women cannot resist.
And then there's this, you know, quite a surprise in the film that really, I think, is going to move people as well.
I think it kind of teaches you not to give up, to pull through and see that you may have success in the end.